is that these social systems. I mean, look at the Soviet Union. Look at any of these other examples. It's just we trade out one group of criminals, and then even if you have well many people up front, they always get thrown out, and a new group of crooks come in. So that's why I believe in local control and then diversity of control, because then you can find a town or a county or a city or a state that is more to your liking, and I just don't see socialism ever working. Now, I don't want to digress into this whole debate. You're certainly correct that right now we have all the socialism for the rich. They take our money, our labor, our infrastructure, amass it. They make themselves exempt. The middle class pays high taxes, but most of the Fortune 100 are 100% exempt, as you know. My issue is then when I hear about a new tax plan, it's not to tax Google or General Electric. It's to tax, the guy down the street making $125,000 a year. Now that's a mouthful, Mr. Asner, but what's your view on it?
Well, my view is that because of a clerk's reading, a Supreme Court clerk's reading in 1880-something, corporations have been regarded as individuals, and they have gotten a free ride ever since. It's only because of that court clerk's ruling, and all justice has been delivered in terms of viewing corporations in that light. We've got to reach a point where the Supreme Court says the corporations are an individual and they can contribute to political campaigns, and it's regarded as free speech. Well, no one man or group of men can compete with what a corporation can contribute to a campaign, to a candidate.
And corporations live forever and are exempt from the rules. That they have more rights than an individual.
Founding fathers, there were some of the founding fathers who even spoke of beware, fight the corporations. They were troubled by the power of corporations and wanted to limit them. And it's been a losing battle ever since. We are now at the worst stage of this corporate licentiousness, this corporate freedom.
Corporate fascism.
Yes, exactly. And I would say that the majority of our wars are, Smedley Butler put it best about all of his campaigns in Central America and South America, and the fact that he did it for this bank or that corporation or this one. We've been fighting the corporations ever since, and when will this country and its so-called representatives wake up to realize that the socialism I talk about is a control on obscene profits, a fair tax on profits, and we would not be in the mess we're in now. And above all, Eisenhower's warning about the military-industrial complex certainly didn't last long, did it? Look at the wars we're engaged in. Look at the oil companies that we are enslaved to.
My only issue is that the politicians of the two-party dictatorship, the two twins, are bought and paid for by these interests, and so no matter what you try to do through the government, it only gives them more power.
Exactly.
And so that's my issue. Is it's almost like the Ring of Mordor, and that's how I see socialism. Yes, there's been philosopher kings that actually spent the largesse and created education and created civilizations. But those are rare, and they almost always, hand over power to someone worse than them and then worse than them. And so it's like the Ring of Mordor. I mean, Ed, you know that ring, and they offer it to Gandalf, and he says, no, I'd try to use this for good, and it would only be turned to evil. Don't fire me, Lou. Oh, don't be mad at me, Lou. You know who that is, right, Ted Knight?
Yeah, of course.
Not a very good imitation.
Yeah, it was not bad, I must say.
No.
You can only get the duck's ass that he used while he was doing all that. Nailed down pat.
Thank you, Lou. I had to do that, sorry. That's Ted Knight, folks, another actor I absolutely admire for their skills. Oh, God. Ed Asner's our guest. We're going to come back, get into things we do completely agree on. And again, I see Ed's view. I just don't ever see it being practical because of the nature of men. Let's get into 9/11 truth, vaccines, and a lot more.
They're poisoning the water with fluoride. They're spraying the air with heavy metals. Why and what can you do to defend your family? This week at waterwebinar.com, in an all-new free live online webinar, Earth's most powerful cleansing secret is being revealed. A secret they don't want you to know about. Find out how to take fluoride and heavy metals out of your water and your body. Use it to neutralize deadly inorganic particles like lead, aluminum, even mercury, and remove these accumulated poisons from your body. Go to waterwebinar.com. A water secret so powerful, some have called it the #1 threat to the entire New World Order health agenda. It was even used during Chernobyl to clean up nuclear contamination. Go to waterwebinar.com now and sign up for free to find out how to turn the worst water on this planet into pristine, clear drinking water which heals your body. You can take your water freedom into your own hands and defend yourself and your family from the globalist health agenda. Don't get left behind. It's your life, your water, your freedom. Fight for it. Go to waterwebinar.com now.
HempUSA.org has a revolutionary wonder food for detoxing the body and rebuilding the immune system. Microplant powder can help unclog arteries and soften heart valves while removing heavy metals, virus, fungus, bacteria, and parasites. Plus, it cleans and purifies the blood, lungs, stomach, and colon. Keep your body clean with Microplant powder. Visit us at HempUSA.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hello, friends. Alex Jones here. You all know I've worked for years with Steve Shank and eFoods Direct. I have eFoods for my own emergency food supply. You know, Steve, life is different now for all of us, isn't it?
Very different. People are using this great food to survive the present hurricane season, and we've already had $40 billion worth of damage from floods, storms, quakes, and droughts. And that's just the first 8 months of this year. Natural disasters are newsworthy, but only touch a few of us Americans. The huge issue of the Greatest Depression is on everyone's mind. The unemployment, the loss of homes, lost businesses, and skyrocketing food costs are hitting every American. So everyone needs food security.
Folks, this month you will get free shipping on every food order from eFoods Direct. That's right. Every order gets free shipping starting September 6th. Get stocked up with the best storable foods out there with eFoods Direct and be prepared for any emergency before it happens. To take advantage of this special, call 800-409-5633 or go to efoodsdirect.com/Alex. Our rights as individuals to freely purchase dietary supplements over the counter are under constant attack. The globalists want to ban all supplements formulated after 1994. Governments are hoarding raw materials, affecting our ability to purchase these products at a reasonable price. Even organic foods are stripped of nutrients due to overuse of soil and compromised growing conditions. Storable foods are essential, but you also need to make sure you have the nutrients you need to stay healthy during emergencies. Go to survivalrx.com today and see the amazing line of storable supplements they have to protect the ones you love. The owners of survivalrx.com have been in sports nutrition for over a decade, and they realize the need for long-term storable vitamins. The result is a triple nitrogen flushing method, which allows these vitamins to maintain their strength for decades. Again, go to survivalrx.com. That's survivalrx.com. Okay, this is a short segment, long segment coming up. I want to get into the planned destruction of Obama. We told you this would happen in the Obama deception when he had an 85% approval rating, but now the Democrats are getting ready to flush him down the political tubes because they want to give you a new puppet. And on the right, we have Rick Perry to save us. Total theater. But, you know, people are getting wise to these puppets quicker and quicker. So we'll get Ed's view on that coming up in the next segment. Get into Gardasil that I'm doing a big special report on in the next hour and on the nightly news tonight, 7 o'clock Central. Again, legend Ed Asner joins us of films like JFK, TV, Mary Tyler Moore. One of the best films, I think, is he's one of the main voices in the movie Up. Does an incredible job. This is a short segment, Ed, but we're going to come out of break and play a few minutes of the special presentation you did for architects and engineers. But wow, they have really put on an amazing case. What do you think the biggest smoking gun of 9/11 is?
Well, Building 7. Building 7 being brought down without having been damaged to that extent. Now, am I still on?
Yes, sir.
If you know, the amazing thing about 9/11 in its totality is that this greatest country in the world with the greatest, strongest defense in the world had this horrendous obscenity done to them on 9/11. So we supposedly had gatekeepers, watchmen protecting us. Why has not one single person been punished for the flaws that occurred in 9/11? I mean, there is no guilty person in America, is there?
They made the Japanese prime minister resign. The heads of Tokyo Electric, heads rolled in Japan. Some people committed suicide over it.
Yeah.
But here they got promoted for standing down, Ed.
Doing a great job, Brownie.
Yeah, FEMA.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that tell you? I guess they're doing the job they want.
I think that they want to make sure nobody shoots their mouth off. And if eventually they do, then they'll probably end up dead.
Well, that's another good point. Building 7 is for me the big smoking gun. You've done this great presentation that's at the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth site. I mean, just incredible, big-time architects now. Major skyscraper architects are now going public, as you know.
Yeah. Physicists, engineers, architects, 1,500 of them. And are these all fools, these highly educated people? They may not be the leading architects in the country, but boy, they sure are aware of the conditions of 9/11.
Well, some of them now in the video interviews I'm seeing are some of the leading architectural engineers and architects in the country. It's just amazing. But I don't have to be an architect or engineer to know that when I see CNN footage of police saying, get back, they're going to bring that building down, and Larry Silverstein says they gave the order to pull it, and I can see blast points going off as it falls at free fall, and the NIST says, no, it wasn't free fall, only controlled demolition can do that, and now they have to admit the building did fall at free fall, Ed.
Well, you know, listen, I've preached and talked 9/11, and I come across good American burghers and educated people, middle-class people. And when I bring up 9/11, they don't want to know that the emperor has no clothes. They don't want to know that there is no Santa Claus. They don't want to know. They want to believe further in the American myth that we can do no wrong, that we would not do such heinous acts as participate in some way to the destruction that occurred in 9/11.
Well, now we learn that Anwar al-Awlaki, 2 weeks after 9/11, when he was on the most wanted list, number 3 in Al-Qaeda, was meeting secretly at the Pentagon with the Secretary of the Army, Ed.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's even in Associated Press. Came out a few months ago, but didn't really get any attention. That's pretty suspicious.
Well, do people even wonder why Osama bin Laden was not on the FBI wanted list for 9/11? Do people even realize that?
Every time I mention that, I get emails saying, I didn't believe you and went and looked, and they find out it's true. He was never on it. Let's talk about that when we come back. A short break, long segment. We're going to come back from break, play a few minutes of Ed Asner's intro video, Ed Asner on Building 7. And then we're going to go right back to Ed and start breaking down some of the other facets of 9/11, the whole bin Laden fable. Then we're going to look at the two-party dictatorship in America and where Ed sees this country going. Because now even Mayor Bloomberg's talking about